So welcome guys to the NGV versus Kaizen group series. This is going to be round 4 of the Open Division. NGV coming on such a heartbreaking loss against Tear Gas Warrior, who really impressed so many in the series yesterday. If you want to see the vote for that, it's just on the channel. And NGV gonna be running a little bit of a different roster today. It will be Vips, Yuri's, Savior, K-Cots, Hidiak, and Step for the blue hand side of NGV. In the meantime, here for Kaizen Group, we'll see if the Korean squad can whip out something a little different. We will have Limit, as well as Lim Chang Yu, Ras, H2D, also it's Gurio, as well as Earthquake, or for some people, you know, it is gonna be Rogan. Rogan is in this match. So it seems like we are gonna get started. Looking at map pool first, we'll be into control. And let's get into Ilios right away. We're getting started before the action even comes to a head. As here we go into Ilios, map number 1 out of 5. Lots of things riding on this match to begin with. So give me a sec, guys. Let me just write down a few notes, as we're not as familiar to Korean names to begin with. But at the same time, we do want to give them the proper representation. Big shoutouts, of course, to NGV, as well as Kaizen Group for making this happen. Hopefully next week, we're going to be able to find even better matches to get casted. But yeah, solid C fanfare, C plus Hong Kong fanfare yesterday with Tear Gas Warrior versus NGV. This time, a little different to begin with. The real question is, will Oputo be playing on today? This is quick play. Oh no, whoopsies. Seems like we're gonna have to go for a quick little reset, guys. But right now it isn't gonna be Oputo playing on. nice one. Big lobby. Anyway, it is VIP series, Savior, K-Dot, Hidiak, and Step. We had the debut of Oputo yesterday, who really impressed with that May, but overall they were unable to be successful. In the meantime, Kaizen Group coming in from a recent victory as well. We'll just check out their match history real quick as you go back into Ilios. Seems like the lobby's all ready to go, and we are going to be able to get into this one. We'll leave the chat on just in case any of the guys need a little bit of help. We are going to have a little bit of higher latency, as we aren't, as C members. It is going to be a little difficult. Hopefully all these players have the proper VPNs and ready to go. And Kaizen Group taking out Inferno Esports yesterday with a 3-0. So if they're able to take the win here and now, it is going to be a solid effort to be really at the top of the ladder for that 4-0 to begin with. In the meantime, as we get into our starting points, it's not going to be ruins. Apparently, it's a lighthouse instead. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into our game, as we get started into this one. Thank you guys for tuning on in, and hopefully we have a good session coming our way. Just making sure everything is good to go on all fronts. Seems like we are still having a few of these VPN issues, but in the meantime, I'm gonna check out my own settings as well, just in case. Seems like the bitrate is fine. Our FPS a little lower than usual. This happens sometimes. Not really the best boot to begin with. I'll turn off a few other things as well. But damn, this device is getting old. We have what do you say? We have had this device since the very start of the Overwatch career, my Overwatch career, and it's still alive even after all the things we put through. It is just a laptop, guys, and you know, as people sometimes say, the Philippine scene of Overwatch relies on this one laptop to begin with. Thank you guys though for always tuning on in and supporting the stream. But this time we are gonna here to support the players, but we do have a few issues here for NGV. They still need to fix their VPNs just a little bit. Kaizen Group having so much of this hype behind them. We have Lim Chang Hu on that Sigma. It is gonna be Gurio playing that Widowmaker, and for people who aren't familiar of Earthquake, it is actually Rogan playing on with that account registered instead. So in the meantime, fear for the side of NGV. It is, we do have a Team Singapore player in Yuri's, a Team India player in K-Cots, a Team Hong Kong player in Step, and honestly, their roster can be rounded off with a bunch of the higher tier Singaporean scene, as well as within the whole Asia. We have Vips, Savior working together, Hidiak gonna be in as well here for NGV, and we talked about this before yesterday. There really are basically a regional conglomerate coming on back. NGV, EB, Electric Boogaloo the second version of NGV coming back together. You still have that core, you still have some of the Filmer members as well, especially Vips, Savior, Yuri's, and Keiko. These four have played so long with each other. Having these new additions, we have Step, we have Hideak, we had Mario Main, we had Oputso, and honestly, so many possibilities to begin with. Anyway, as we're waiting on, seems like we are going to be starting into our game. Kaizen group, of course, having no real issues. They're fine. They're ready to go at any point in time. This is, yeah, go. No problem. I'm good, Mr. Vips. And yes, let's get into this one. Don't worry about the casting. Worry about the game! And we'll go into this matchup with a clear head. So starting things off for NGV, we are actually going to see a dive between Hideak and Step. In the meantime, K-Cots as well as Saber will be playing that Far Mercy, flying into the sidelines, and Saber has originally been one of these Mercy specialists to begin with. We'll see if there's going to be enough going for the shots as much as possible. In the meantime, we are going to have Limits and H2D flying in the air as well. Both sides trying to pellet with as much bombardment as possible, and it will be a battle of barrages with K-Cot having the advantage so far. In the meantime, seeing the ground game here for NGV, they are moving around. The double shield, of course, for Kaizen group, going to be the standard into any of these metas to begin with. In the meantime, though, it is going to be a snipe already from the Widowmaker. Limit going to get a takedown as well. Quick Amp Matrix here and now from Rast. And Kaizen group pretty much playing into the meta in this scenario. They are going to have that seize, they have that double shield, and solid shots here and now from Gurio allows Lim Chang-yu to get that takedown onto that Tracer. Overall, solid start here and now, and as NGV likes to say, we can break the meta, as Soga says in the chat. But right now, they are getting broken, trying to play this dive, and this scenario not really panning out for them. So potentially after this game, we'll go for a quick little resets in terms of the game. We're dropping a few frames in game, but no worries here and now, because it is going to be Gurio flying into the air, looking for that sight lines. In the meantime, though, Rock connecting from Ling Chang-hood takes care of Hideak, but K-Cot from behind gets the shot there, and then an NGV forced to retreat for the time being. Still the Sigma gonna get bullied. Lim Chang-hood down for the count. Step always so potent on that wrecking ball, very pesky with the Zero as well as the Sigma, and we saw him have such an interesting matchup to begin with yesterday. So quick little FYI, guys, they're in the Philippines. A volcano just exploded, and it affects the air, it affects the temperature, and maybe that's why we're dropping some frames, as we're not in our optimal condition. Luckily, I'm safe, we're pretty far off, but the volcanic ash is nearby. So just, thank you for understanding. And hopefully I don't choke on my own air, because K-Cot right now ready with that rock barrage. Coming into 5 ultimates right here right now for NGV. On the flip side, though, it is going to be Gurio swapping over to that Sigma, and we'll see if we can get a good hack or two onto the Winston, and that's a wrecking ball. Still, though, Hideak ready with the Primal Rage. We'll get mana boosted up as well. Beautiful shield play, actually, protecting Step from that hack. And NGV moving around the map really solidly. It's going to be a bowling ball action, running over the Orisa as well as that Sombra. Step able to just stomp on the opposition. Saver even whipping out the pistol, takes care of Ras. And Kaizen group forced to back on out for the begin with. Yes. Anyway, though, nice World Cup, guys. It's something you always have to say. It's a resume thing you can note. For anytime, anywhere, coaching career, any kind of career. I was part of the World Cup, even though our playing fields are all different. But Kaizen group leveling the playing field. They already get 2 picks on the way. They even go for the Valkyrie. Another duel into the airlines, though. Limits and K-Cot struggling to get the connection. It's always a hard-fought battle in the air. Instead, the ground will be focused here by Kaizen group. And Step, K-Cot gonna go down. Rast in the meantime going to that high ground. Right clicks are abound, bouncing in, around, and above. And in the meantime, Yuri's going to be on the other side. Saver will be saved by the trace positioning. NGV looking at the resets. They're not really too dependent on their ultimates. They do want to make space, though, here for K-Cot. They don't have that nano boost, so K-Cot will be pretty much in a suicidal situation. Right here, right now, NGV trying to play even against that Sigma. Good positioning with the barrier there from Ling Chang-hu, just taking those rockets away. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter, because K-Cot is ready with that barrage. Still, KG gonna be trying to play into the center. Yuri's might be the target here now. The Tracer, an easy pickoff if the Hyperspheres connect. Here comes the Accretion, not really aiming for him. And in the meantime, Raz gonna get the snipe onto K-Cup. Beautiful pick there from the Batiste. Savior forced to use for that resurrection. Here we go, the wind, that flux, lifting the Mercy up. And no Mercy here, and now might be the takedown. Vips will be the target instead. It seems like the Sigma of Ling Chang, who tried to decide which support to go on, can't pick one. We'll just decide to deal with both of them instead. Yuri's in the meantime, Nana boost up. Here we go with the Rocket Barrage from Limit, trying to rain down onto that Tracer. Recall there from Yuri's on point, but it's just not enough. Kaizen group playing this meta pretty well. Solid use of the Far Mercy. The dive cannot stabilize against this. And Guerrero with that celebratory EMP didn't even need it to begin with. Yeah, hopefully this all stabilizes. Yeah, hopefully the FPS goes up, because I'm gonna lower the bitrate actually. Sorry about the quality a little bit, some resets. Beyond that, there's a natural disaster happening. You can compare it to yesterday, guys. Just ridiculous how everything unfolded. So this afternoon, a volcano blew up and everything is affected basically. Anyway though, we are going to be getting back into this one. Kaizen group coming out strong with a 1 map advantage. In the meantime, they are going to be playing the dive instead in this scenario. So KG's like, hey, if you're going to try to do that earlier, we're going to try to do this later. And we'll show you how it's done actually. We'll see if Kaizen group can whip out this dive pretty well on Ruins. It is a map where you can utilize it, hamper the snipers to begin with. Still though, a stun already. That is going to be Step getting the rock to connect onto that Wrecking Ball. In the meantime, NGV marching forward, double sniper this time. K-Cot and Yuri's looking to force that flexibility. And it's always good to see K-Cot run that Widowmaker. We saw him a lot on that Hanzo on that previous game against Tear Gas Warrior. Still though, here goes the Widowmaker. Here comes Earthquake jumping in as well. And it's going to be a frosty reception perhaps. The Hanzo backing on out. Step in the meantime, going to get that takedown off the limit. And NGV waiting on the other end. Savior actually swapping things over. We'll be going on to that Brigitte instead. In the meantime, NGV really struggling because it's good positioning here and now from Kaizen group. They got in position. They're in the way right here, right now. And overall, KG going for that points. We'll get that capture. So anyway, Kaizen group moving around the map as much as possible. In the meantime, we do see NGV ready with that Amperage. They have swapped over to Batiste. They realize the damage potential from the support, such a big boon to begin with. In the meantime, onto the left comes NGV, trying to rotate as much as possible. On the flip side though, Nana Boost is available, and Kaizen group in such a good scenario. They go for the engagement already. There's a stun though, Nana Boost right here, right now onto that Wrecking Ball. Savior in the meantime will get the disruption and limit down for the count. The Brigitte will be very useful against the Tracer, against the dive to begin with. KG has to back on out. H2D though, trying to go for a little bit of the boop action, and Hideak overextending will get caught in between the Monkey and the Musician. Kaizen group though, forcing NGV to play inwards, to play on the inside. And right here, right now, NGV forced to back on out. Earthquake jumping yet again. It's gonna be Rogan trying to hide up on top here and now. Limit though, Pulse Bomb! Beautiful eye field now from Vips, keeping everyone alive. Gonna even go for the Amp Matrix, top up, very important. Still though, Earthquake right now, rampaging, making a natural calamity of his own. Whooping down, takes care of Savior, sound barrier here and now. And H2D of Kaizen group, keeping everyone alive. KG just completely dominating this map so far. And they are playing the dive to such a good degree. It seems like NGV has been stuck in that corner so far. And Kaizen group utilizing the map as much as possible. Still though here for KG, moving around as much as possible. In the meantime, Ras gonna be looking for that sidelines. And basically, this is Kaizen group trying to figure out where and when the opposition is coming. Yuri's now swaps over to that Sombra. He's already near that EMP to happen. K-Caught on a very comfortable McCree. And it's time to go ham. 2 kills on the board here for this McCree. But Guerrero with the snipe gets the headshot onto the opposition. Hideak in the meantime, this time steps on the point in a good spot. And that's H2D going down here. And now NGV looking for the capture. Will be able to get it. Blue hand side still looking to fight for another day. So right now NGV on such a tight ropes. It seems like even though with this roster swap, they are still feeling the effects from the matchup yesterday. And hasn't been the best opening here. But right now, this is their opportunity to even things up. They have the point already. They're looking to set things up with Yuri's having that EMP to go. In the meantime, Limit playing that Mei. We'll spy check as much as possible. It's time to see the purple glow though. And NGV waiting for the opportunity. Here you go now. EMP gonna get the Orisa as well as that Mei. I feel though will immediately get targeted. H2D unaffected. Gonna be buying time for his team. In the meantime though, Ras on the inside goes for that sleep dart already. But he's hugging the Orisa to begin with. And for now, Kaizen group marching forward, trying to make amends, trying to get back to that point. In the meantime, Vips is close to that coalescence. Here we go though with the Ice Wall. And Kaizen group in this scenario gonna be trying to play on the outskirts, trying to play on the outside. Hideak marching forward yet again. And NGV is trying to take as much space as possible. So right here, right now, it's just a stall tactic. Hopefully they can get that EMP yet again. Keikoto does have the Deadeye, but the first frag here from the Red Sigma. Ling Chang who takes care of Hideak. The Orisa always a target and will be eaten yet again. Kai's group right now isolating the Sigma. Step in a step too far. Vips going for the top. A beautiful fire grenade though here from Ras. And Yuri's going up on top to the skyline. Doesn't have the EMP though to turn things around. The Hanzo of Gurio instead fragging out. Overtime ticks away. And desperation time here from Kaizen group. From NGV rather, as Kaizen group has the point. They take down Hideak. Yuri's nowhere to be seen. Keikot now swaps over to that Tracer. Earthquake gonna get that takedown. And Kaizen group shows that they are gonna be a conglomerate to watch. They take this first map by storm 2-0. Ilios goes in the way of the Korean squad. Yeah, Kaizen group getting that play of the game. We'll restart the game real quick after this one. And hopefully we are going to be able to stabilize with everything. But yeah, there you go. Kaizen with that first win. He gets a lot of these cards abound. And we'll be right back, guys. Okay guys, welcome back. Hopefully that fixes up our issues. Unfortunately, like I said, natural calamity getting in the way of this broadcast. So the story right now is like 4 hours ago, one of the volcanoes nearby the metro area of the Philippines blew up. So this means the ash falls down, messes up with the temperature, and the studio, basically my room, gets affected by it, and the computer can't handle all the changes. So unfortunately, the FPS is gonna be a little lower than yesterday. Hopefully you guys can understand. But beyond that, Kaizen Group is so dominant on Ilios already, getting that 2-0 and even going 1-up against NGV, showing them how to play the dive to begin with. What's an exceptional affair. Kaizen Group forcing NGV in these chokes, and they never really overcommitted. They knew that NGV was strong in their element, strong on the inside, but they didn't have the points. It had to be NGV coming out at some point in time. KG instead playing with their pets, basically. They encage NGV in that spot on Ruins, poke as much as possible, boop around, get the tase, and basically gets enough for that ultimate. And when it's time to go and fight, they can bring it with that advantage. I did like NGV's antics. I did like what they were trying to do. Going for that Brigitte is a good option, especially against the dive, but no, Kaizen Group is showing they had that extra coordination to begin with. In the meantime, on Lighthouse, NGV went for the dive, and it did work out in some capacity. But in the end, with Kaizen Group, they were able to come in with that double shield, stabilize onto the points. The sniper from Gurio starting things off strong, went for that Sombra later on, didn't even need the EMP, because basically Kaizen Group able to outmaneuver and outmuscle the tank line in a sense. They march forward, they get the point, objective captured, and now there are in certain spots, they can trust each other to deal with the dive to begin with, and Kai's group able to pick apart NGV systematically. So yeah, right here, right now, we'll be waiting on for map number 2 as Kaizen group is gonna be picking that side. NGV in the meantime will be going for hybrid next. I know it seems like everyone thinks that it is what? It is escorts as map number 2. But no, it is gonna be hybrid for map number 2 into this one. Yeah, it is gonna be our standard King's Row. And it seems like Kaizen Group gonna be on that first defense. In the meantime, NGV looking to do wonders on the attack. Yesterday they were able to bring it back and get the map win here against Tear Gas Warrior, especially with such a strong showing there from Oputo. This time, we'll see if NGV can do it yet again, or will Kaizen Group put a stop to it? Because it seems like after that Ilios map, Kaizen Group is a team without many glaring weaknesses. We'll see if anything is going to be exposed as we move into the streets of London. King's Row will be next. But let's get it on, let's get it done. Into map number 2 we go. So welcome guys to map number 2. Seems like we're gonna need to get those icons going. But here we go. Defense here for Kaizen Group. NGV on the attack. And the air is thick, but the action is a little thicker. Sure, we still have a few of these technical hiccups. Beyond that, we're gonna be looking into these games as much as possible. NGV on the back foot already, looking to even things up to begin with. Might be time to just turn things off right here, right now. So we're gonna be looking to get into this next map. It's gonna be an exciting affair as we move into King's Row right here, right now. Seems like Kai's group though will be defending with some really standard play. It is the Mei Hanzo yet again, trying to be as comfortable as possible to begin with. In the meantime, what will NGV do? Seems like it is going to be the same. And when we get into a non-control map, it turns into a scenario where it really is a mirror matchup. You have that sniper, you have that Mei, and then you also have that Matisse to go. But NGV, the meta breakers as you could say about them, they're looking to change things up with something a little different. Orisa Hog potentially, is a Pharah and a Mercy as well, or is this just gonna be a bluff? They're trying to bait Kaizen Group to push forward to do something a little different. Seems like it's not the case. And NGV swapping over to a mirror composition. Here we go, 6v6 action, same heroes on either side. It's gonna be all about skill here and now, and Kaizen Group taking that high ground to begin with. So for this scenario, it is going to be Limit playing that Mei instead. Earthquake in the meantime. Oh, beautiful sniper, going to be able to get the tag on the Saver. And Kaizen Group able to concentrate their fire into any real angle. As soon as they get that set up, especially with the halts, they focus fire so heavily. A lot of discipline here and now. And Gurio coming over to the other side. Here we go though with the shots. Shield play right here, right now from Step. H2D though with the tag onto Vips. And Kaizen Group taking this high ground strong. But K-Kot has been able to get so many clutch kills so far. Able to do so yet again. We'll be able to get that takedown onto Gurio. In the meantime, Vips looking to charge things up, getting that trance. Overall though, Kaizen Group having that advantage. Will be close to that Dragon Strike. Savior though might be able to turn things around as the Amp Matrix is such a good ability to go for the bunker bus. Limit right now, cutting off the approach. Will be able to isolate too. Kaizen Group though still staying on the high ground. Ice Wall though perfectly placed by Yuri's. And it's free tick here and now for NGV. Savior gonna do the same, gonna get that Amp Matrix here and now. Ras gonna be setting things up on the high ground. Beautiful jump though, will be able to get 2 tags before Vips gets that snipe. And right here, right now, NGV looking to brawl with the man disadvantage. They do get 2 ticks though. So that's actually pretty good here for NGV. Even though Kaizen Group has shown they're so disciplined and they stick to their plan and they know how to defend here in King's Row. Sometimes when you stick to your plan a little too much, everyone is like, hey, we can all stay on this high ground. And Kaizen Group in this scenario giving up 2 ticks for free. Seems like though we are gonna get another issue here for NGV, they are gonna ask for a pause real quick. 2:18 on the clock, 1 tick to take. So all they need to do now is win a decisive clash. It doesn't even need to be a team kill. All they need to do is force Kaizen Group in this position that they can't really contest that point. Get a few ticks, like get a few picks. Get a takedown onto one of the forts, one to the DPS. Force the tanks to be in desperation mode, contesting that point, and systematically, automatically pick them apart. But NGV has been unable to really stand up to the might of Kai's group in a sense. It was really the blue hand side. You can see Raz going for the jump shots. He charges up those boots, sets up the amp matrix, gets a tag onto 2. Kai's group has shown that they are so strong with that focus fire to begin with. And an impressive affair so far here from the blue hand side. In the meantime though, NGV, despite struggling with some latency issues, are putting in a show for us. They are behind though in that ult economy as Kaizen Group is looking to set the tone and set the pace as much as possible. In the meantime guys, hopefully you guys are able to enjoy this. I for one don't like also that we're having tech issues today, as this is a pretty hype matchup. Honestly, the first reason I picked up the NGV squad to cast was I saw this matchup for week 4, NGV versus Kaizen Group. Very hype matchup, even in my own taste. I blame the volcano. You know, I blame the volcano. But anyway, let's get back into this one. NGV having no more issues. It's time to go back. It's time to see Guerrillo ready with that Dragon Strike. So yet again, for the time being, going to be the high ground here and now for Kaizen Group. They are very stable on this defense, staying on as much as possible. But in the meantime, we'll see if the opposite side of NGV can get into a position underneath that building. All they need to do, all their win condition right now, is to get as close to that point as possible without losing enemy members to begin with. In the meantime though, NGV charging things up, Step gonna be trying to march on yet again. Here we go though with Guerrillo, and this is gonna be a pretty good Dragon Strike, forcing NGV to move forward. Yuri's though with a tag onto 1, K-Caught consuming 2. The 2 supports caught in their plan for a little too long, and finally NGV gonna be able to get the capture. For NGV fans on the audience, they know that this map is theirs for the taking. It's ripe for the plucking, and the fruits that can bear labor here for NGV might be into this one. So anyway, Kaizen Group will be looking for that reset. They still have 3 ultimates ready to go. Beautiful Dragon Strike there from K-Caught, enabled by the rest of the team. You can see that both Yuri's as well as Hideak were trying to set things up, and the Dragon was enough to get that takedown. H2D though will get a pick off on to K-Caught, spots out the overextending Hanzo, and this time Kaizen Group able to punish all these small plays to begin with. In the meantime though, Blizzard available. That's an amp matrix that gets not much value because Earthquake Ras getting on the board. Limit gonna be able to get someone as well. And right here, right now, Kaizen Group is just dominating into the streets of King's Row in this scenario. As soon as the gates open, as soon as the payload starts, it seems like Kaizen Group's like, hey, we're gonna show you how it's done yet again. Quick picks, not allowing K-Caught any real space to get any takedowns. And in this scenario, Kaizen Group in such a good spot to hold. They will have 4 ultimates ready to go. NGV though still not without hope. They are gonna have the same number as well. Rasto starts things off strong with that Amp Matrix. Yuri's in the meantime goes for the Blizzard, but you see how quick Kaizen Group reacts. Not only did they eat the Blizzard, it is gonna be an instant takedown from the Hanzo. NGV nowhere to step, nowhere to be safe, and Kaizen Group showing how systematic they can play. And in the meantime, guys, let's just check out that replay real quick. You can see though, as Yuri tries to march forward, it's just not gonna happen. Rock trying to get sauce, not enough whatsoever. And Kai's Group in such a good spot, jumping up as much as possible. Here we go though with KG. Earthquake in the meantime sets up the shield play yet again. And in this scenario, here we go with the Super Urge set on up. Blizzard into the play as well. Vips in the meantime going for that trance. And NGV trying to stall as much time as possible. In the meantime, Kai's Group marching forward. Wants to go for a target or 2. Sees Vips already out in front. 2 frags on the board here from KG. A solid effort so far. I mean, Ashfall. Yes, there's Ashfall, man. And I think it's on the computer or something because it has really affected the room. Still though, trance is available here for KG, Dragon Strike ready to go here for Gurio, and overall Kaizen group playing the chokehold pretty well. Now they're looking for that flux, they will be trying to go for the Dragon Strike as well. Ice Wall right now, stopping NGV's push, also stalling for time. Savior can't use that Amp Matrix to a good degree. Forces the I feel early, dropping it down, stepping in the meantime, goes for that Flux Trance in response. Here we go with the Dragon Strike, but H2D was ready for it, and is topping up the rest of his team right here, right now. Kaizen group still staying on. In the meantime, shots keep on going, the payload is not moving anywhere soon. And with 60 seconds left, this is looking difficult here for NG because Kaizen Group has had the number of the alloys so far. It seems like they're not getting let anyone get into the pub to begin with. And Vip's dead in that back line. Here we go, the Wid. Yuri's finally getting that Blizzard to connect, but it's just not enough. Kaizen Group, sure, able to get those 2 picks. They get frozen, 4 members of them disabled, but still NGV cannot get anything done with it because Kaizen Group is able to dominate into that corner yet again. Vip's looking to back on now. It's 30 seconds left, and it's looking like a scenario where NGV needs to pull out all the stops and fast. We'll see though if it is going to be enough here for NGV. One last push with that Dragon Strike as well as the Amp Matrix. In the meantime, Blizzard ready to go here for limits, and Kaizen Group really trying to defend by that payload. 10 seconds left. Here we go though with the Ice Wall, and it's time for Kaizen Group to push forward. They already pick off the Orisa and the Sigma. No frontline here right now for NGV. The backline trying the best to get damage done. Blizzard yet again here from limits. Is going to be putting up the Ice Age. And KG with that hold here by the archway, by the corner, not allowing NGV to get anywhere close on this second point. There you go, guys. That is going to be the next round of action coming our way. In the meantime, we're going to be looking to check out some settings to begin with. But overall, has been such a strong affair here and now from Kaizen Group. They have just been able to completely obliterate the opposition, destroy everything and anything coming their way. We are going to be going now into the next round. Hopefully everything gonna be good to go. Big apologies yet again with our FPS issues. What a rare thing to happen, but you know, sometimes it just works out in a bad way, and the show must go on. So now guys, here we go yet again. We're gonna be going into the matchup one more time as Kaizen Group with the advantage all throughout. In the meantime though, we'll see what NGV is gonna be up to. They're gonna be on the defense this time. We'll be looking to do the same yet again. We'll be looking as much as possible to play the mirror matchup to a solid degree. But in the meantime, guys, Kaizen Group, we'll be looking for a Blitzkrieg Assault. They have that Wrecking Ball yet again. Earthquake in the meantime onto the Orisa. And right here, right now, NGV hanging back, looking to defend behind the hotel. They might be going for a chokeholder too. But overall, it hasn't been the best show so far. Anyway, shots being thrown on up. Hyperspheres into the air. Limits in the meantime. Going for the rockets as much as possible. It's time to make it rain. Trying to get that boop step. Able to bounce back onto that high ground. Good movement there from the Sigma to stabilize in position. Overall, it's still going to be a struggle here for NGV to get any really value of their positioning. Never mind though, as NGV decides to take the fight to Kaizen Group. Yuri's going to get that first frag onto Gurio. Still though, the Mei in a bit of pickle. Limit in the meantime, going to be able to get that frag. Doesn't even need that pocket play because H2D able to get the res on back. And Kaizen Group in full force, in full strength. I-fields down from both sides used up. Idiak forced to hang back in behind. Step gonna lose out his life against his counterparts. And Kaizen Group taking care of the hotel, taking care of the point. Keikoto fragging out yet again. Absolute mechanical skill here from NGV's DPS. But they don't have the numbers right here, right now. Yuri's gonna be trying to get in position. Here we go with the first tick taken, and it seems like Kaizen Group will be able to get this point for free in this scenario. All positive vibes though here from everyone in the audience. It's Kaizen Group is looking to dominate into this affair. In the meantime, NGV trying to hold things back, and that's a good start here. Step takes care of Gurio. The Hanzo will be caught yet again. Still though, H2D gonna have that resurrection. Might be given the opportunity to go for the res. No, they're gonna be saying, okay, we have spawn advantage. It's so close already. Just get in position with the Pharah instead. Still though, it's gonna be K-Cots getting in position. Vips in the meantime providing supporting fire. Discord Orbs very, very potent. Allow that Hanzo to get an insta-give or two. And right here, right now, NGV coming to a do-or-die situation. It really is going to be this last fight. As soon as NGV loses, that payload is going to be free to go all the way in. Limited meantime, the Rock Barrage is there. And it's a 2-for-1 trade. Good things here for KG. They have that spawn advantage. They are getting the push. Yuri's in the meantime balling for time. Vip's going to go for that trance as well. And it's time to top up Savior as much as possible. But he's still covered by that shield play. And the Zen has to go to the left instead. Limit now marching forward. Wants to go for the Zenyatta. It's going to be a goodbye there to Transcendence, to Peace. And KG with a 2-0 lead. Only one word to call Kaizen Group: systematic. Automatic with the plays. Just so dominant in so many scenarios. But right here, right now, Kaizen Group showing their strength. Play of the game though does get to K-Cots. Was able to get a solid volley there. But right now, you can really feel the praise and the practice from Kaizen Group paying off in so many dividends. Because right here, right now, NGV already on the ropes. Will we get a break? Will NGV need some time to reset their mindset? Or will we be going into a next game already? Seems like that's going to be the case. As Rialto will be picked up for map number 3. Kaizen Group deciding what side they're going to go on after a dominant show here on the hybrid map type. Still though, one last chance for NGV to get a point on. If Kaizen Group is able to take this, that might be the show here and now. An early good night to everyone. Still though, if anyone can do it, NGV might be able to do so. All they need is to get their cylinders to go. Kaizen Group has been absolutely impressive. Limits, Lim Changyu, Ras, H2D, Gurio, and Earthquake have been able to show up with impunity. And honestly, this is one of the teams that you would expect to be at the top of the Open Division this season. They're gearing up for a strong run in the trials, even into the playoffs. And Kaizen Group ready to go. Is NGV gonna be doing the same? Last chance here and now for everyone to hop on in. This might be the show in this scenario. Anyway, though, we're gonna be limiting that FPS real quick. Hopefully, it will take care of the jitters happening on the stream. Beyond that, guys, thank you for tuning on in, because we are gonna try to make this work as much as possible. NGV attacking yet again. Kaizen Group on that defense. Do or die time here and now for our mixed C squad. The Koreans that have showed up yet again and shown that they are ready to dominate into the Overwatch Open Division one more time. So welcome back, guys. We are going to be going into Rialto into this one. It's time to show everyone's stuff, everyone's moxie to begin with. In the meantime, Kaizen Group going to be defending yet again. Looking at Rialto, it's going to be a watery affair to begin with. All about those environmentals, all about getting frags. It can also be chokeholds. The plaza will be a solid place to fight as much as possible. And here we go yet again, Kaizen Group with the advantage with that first defense. One more apology to everyone tuning on in. Thanks to the volcano erupting here in the Philippines, a lot of things are affected, and temperature as well as technology is one of them. So we are having trouble with that. Not only with the latency, but also with the frames. Beyond that, you know, the action has been impressive all throughout, especially from the side of Kaizen Group. NGV will try to play creative on that first game, trying to play the meta onto the second. Both times, they have been stifled. One last chance here and now. We'll be playing into Rialto. Who will take this map? That's going to be the real question. The Kaizen Group has shown they have that advantage. And Limit hiding by the rooftop, looking to slide into the fray yet again. So for the time being, the Pharah and the Mercy on the left-hand side. We still see the Orisa though of Hideak marching forward. Step gonna be going for that shield play as much as possible as well. Earthquake though, backing on Nats. Gonna get a little bit of that reinforcement courtesy of Ling Changhu. It seems like Kaizen Group is willing to give the corner. They will be playing into the plaza instead. It's a little less risky, of course, to have those sightlines, to have that movement. Still, the Widowmaker of Guerrillo, it has no fear here. To get the pick off onto Savior. Yuri's in the meantime, counter kill onto Limit. Good shield play though from Earthquake, and allow H2D to get the resurrection onto the Pharah yet again. And Kaizen Group in this scenario gonna be backing on out to a spot where their snipers can really get some good damage done. Now, the thing about this position, it will allow Limits to utilize the buildings in different degrees, but he will be in behind enemy lines in some scenarios. Doesn't care though. Limits gonna take care of K-God on that Widowmaker. In the meantime, Ras Matrix is available. I feel tossed out to keep the Sigma alive. In the meantime, here comes Ling Changhu yet again. He doesn't even care about his HP values. Trust the Batiste and trust his kinetic grass to keep him alive. And honestly, we've been talking about this yesterday. Sigmas that can really stretch the gap of their survivability are some of the best you can expect to begin with. In the meantime though, here we go with Ras going for the Amp Matrix yet again. Yuri's in the meantime going for the counter frag. We'll see right here, right now, it's the Amp Matrix still in effect as Ras brought back to life here by H2D. Signal though of the Flux ready to go. Kaizen Group marching and holding forward so far. Gonna be going for the chokehold into the inside. Take off the Bio Frag onto one, but still it's Kaizen Group completely destroying everyone. It's not a warm reception whatsoever here in Rialto. And the table gonna be a witness to all the frags that Kaizen Group is able to get. 2 minutes in, Kaizen Group has been able to hold the opposition into this one. They are just playing the corner as much as possible. And honestly, NGV trying to get in position yet again through this corner. I would say honestly, this is the NGV roster that gets the most practice and playtime with one another. And it is going to be a good learning experience even if they lose 3-0. But the fight is not over yet because NGV trying to put up some Moxie. Dragon Strike right there, right then. H2D going for that Valkyrie, flying along with Limits. Still though, Vips trying to get into position, looking for a snipe or two. The aggressive Zenyatta so potent. Here we go now with the Flux. And Steph looking for a land on down. Vips even able to get the snipe onto Guerrillo. Here we go though with the Rock Rush, courtesy of Limit, but Vips had to get in position. Never mind! It doesn't get sightlines of the two tanks, unfortunately. The Zenyatta unable to get in the way of the Rock Barrage. And as soon as NGV gets a glimmer of hope, it really is gonna be despair landing onto them instead. In the meantime, let's just check out that quick little replay. Rock Barrage there, the Zenyatta not in position, the Rock a little too late. Yeah, it's just so unfortunate in this scenario. Anyway, the shots keep on coming though here from the side of Kaizen Group. They're looking to get in position for another decisive fight. In the meantime though, staying on that high ground, trying to protect as much as possible. Earthquake gonna be going in position of that payload. And with 30 seconds left, we'll see if NGV can make a play or two. Limit though, already taking care of Uri's. We talked about this before. Behind enemy lines, doesn't care. The Pharah able to extend his reach. Ras in the meantime, Amp Matrix into the fray yet again. Step in the meantime, staying alive, staying in front, but has to back on out to the safety of their eye field. Kick out now onto the Soldier 76, Furious onto the Doomfist. Do or die time here for NGV, because this is going to be a potential Rialto pull hold. If they can't move that payload closer to that first point. Overtime now ticking away. Kaizen Group going to be trying to go for the lift. Doesn't get too much out that one. Good play here from NGV, being as defensive as possible. And someone for Untrade. The Far gone through the fight, but the Widowmaker able to get that pick off. And having the Mercy in Kaizen Group's corner allows them to get the numbers advantage in those even picks. Rock Barrage now from Limit. Saber backing on out. Hideak and Steph getting on the board. And the tank line trying to keep NGV still in this fight. K-God even with the Helix Rockets connecting onto the Widowmaker, who says Soldier 76 is dead. But right now, Kaizen Group still in this fight. Pistol time! Oh, they're gonna get that whip onto K-God. And H2D deciding to be the damage that Kaizen Group needs. The Sigma though looking to stay alive. Global shield bands here to stay into the fray. Rasto forced out to go for that early eye field. Step able to make things happen. Going for the rest right now. Bringing Ras back into the fight. And this is going to be NGV trying to muster a defense against a pincer. The defense itself trying to stay by that payload, and desperation time works out in their favor. They're able to get that first point. And we are going to see more action here on Rialto. One thing you can really say about NGV is when the going gets tough, they are able to get suffer in so many situations. They have been able to be as moxie as possible. They have been able to show up in so many good ways. And right now, NGV gonna be able to get that push onto that second point yet again. In the meantime though, Average is ready to go here for Savior, gonna be jumping up on top. Step in the meantime, we'll have that flux available as well. And Limits and H2D decide to hug the rooftops, hug the buildings as much as possible for cover. Now in this scenario, honestly, this isn't the best pace to play the Widowmakers in the specific spot on the second point. The U-bend doesn't get the proper sightlines, and this might be an advantage for NGV. Never mind though, because you can really see that Ras as well as Limit is really extending the reach and the use of their Batiste and the Pharah. Mobility is key in so many ways here in Overwatch, and the Pharah and the Batiste taking these specific angles have been able to show up instead. Right here, right now, Average is ready to go here for Savior, going for the top of as much as possible. A minute 10 though for NGV. And you can really see it's a little chaotic here for the red hand side. The Mixie team trying to work together as much as possible, trying to show up Kaizen Group. But it seems like when you have a fancy name that sounds like a business conglomerate, you're gonna have a performance that is pretty systematic to begin with. Now here we go though with the Widowmaker of Gurio, trying to set things up yet again onto the right hand side. K-Got though in a good spot, and it's a bait and switch that allows Steph to march forward, get that takedown there, and then Limit in the meantime, hiding on the right hand side. Yuri is able to finally take that eye ground, and the high shot will connect. Clutch shot connecting onto the eye of the Pharah. It seems like the Eagle has landed in a bad way. Ras, H2D going for the ultimates yet again, and Battle Mercy, man. Every time a Battle Mercy is able to outscore your DPS, that is gonna be such a big advantage here for Kaizen Group. We've seen H2D assassinate K-God, assassinate Yuri's, and that is a clutch pick actually working out in their favor. Gurio in the meantime back in the fold, able to get that takedown onto Hideak. 10 seconds left though. We'll see if NGV can actually go for a flap. Here we go though with that Dragon Strike, trying to cut off a little bit of that position there from Kaizen Group. This does give time and space for Steph as well as Hideak to get in position. And we are going to get that Wrecking Ball here and now for the red hand side. Limit though onto the right yet again. Rob Rudge is available. In the meantime though, the Sigma still staying on that high ground. And you can even see, even though the opposition right in front of them, Kaizen Group is holding steadfast. Beautiful flank though from K-Kot. Takes down the enemy Widowmaker. Rocket Rush here and now from Limit, protected as much as possible. This time Vip's able to get in the way, but it doesn't matter because Ras as well as the Sigma able to get the frags for their team instead. Here comes the Ganic Lun, courtesy of Gurio. And overall, it is going to be Kaizen Group holding steadfast. Same scenario, honestly same score halfway into the map. Able to stop the push from NGV.
0 to 1. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Now it's time to have NGV on the defense, and this might be our last map if Kaizen Group can just go all the way to that endpoint. In the meantime though, production value plus. There you go, man. Big sad on the FPS, guys. It has been a while since we had problems like this, but yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna have Kaizen Group with that 2-0. Not every day a volcano explodes and messes up your whole system, and you know, sometimes God has something to say to you. Not the best time, not the best time. But I digress. That's on me. And you know what else is gonna be on these players? KG with that 2-0 lead right now. NGV in the meantime, let me go for that defense. And onto that double sniper yet again. They are going to be in a comfortable Zen Batiste situation. And in the meantime, to the high ground comes NGV. They are going to be looking to decide whether they're going to be playing that plaza or that corner. Two different defenses, two different openings. But running that double sniper, they want to play those sidelines as much as possible. Might be starting things off here and now for Hideak and K-Kot to get some entry frags going. But beyond that, we'll be backing on out to the plaza instead. There you go, NGV. Gonna be in behind yet again. Step in the meantime, backing off one more time. Yuri's though, forced to retreat as it's a far mercy here from Kaizen Group. Flying into the skylines yet again. So right now in this scenario, Kaizen Group He'll be trying to find an opening. Beautiful boop there on the step. It will take him so long to actually transition back to the high ground. And it seems like the Blue Sigma of Ling Changhu does not need to contest whatsoever. Ras in the meantime tags down Yuri's. Here we go with a few shots on the way. Hideak looking back on now. Vips in the meantime in behind. And the halt will crack down the defenses here of NGV. So much focus fire here from Kai's group so far. Limits able to just drop down, get some easy frags here, and now bouncing step around, gonna get that takedown. And it's as soon as the fight starts, it seems like Kaiser Group is able to get into the plaza already. Still though, Earthquake will be trying to get in position in the scenario. The payload gonna be uncontested as the first checkpoint is taken. And it's such a terrible spot here for NGB. They only are given half the map, half the area to contest. And they still have to defend for 5 whole minutes, but at least Hideak able to get a glimmer of that hope. And get that takedown there, and then in the meantime, shots keep on coming. H2D going for the res on the limits. And the Farah gonna be up into the air yet again. Shots now keeping on coming onto the left hand side. Kaiser Group trying to play the river as much as possible. Overall though, right clicks are bound. Amp Matrix is available here and now. And Ras gonna do the same. Here we go with the Amp Matrix onto the right hand side. The high ground trying to be contested here by Kaiser Group, but this time Step able to just keep the pellets going. And in the meantime, NGV playing internally. On the inside they come, and the interior is their friend. And maybe the theater gonna be a showdown for the right hand side. Anyway though, K-Caught gets that snipe on the limits. The Widowmaker gonna finally get that sideline on. In the meantime, can H2D actually go for the reds? It's not gonna happen. And the Fire of the Mercy gonna fall on down. Kaiser Group instead moves over to a different win condition. They're gonna be looking to take the high ground away from NGV, force them to play in behind instead, and make it a scenario there won't be any space for NGV to actually move around. But K-Caught has other plans. He's been sniping out and fragging like crazy here on this second point. And in the meantime, looking for an opportunity, potentially gets at Orisa. Rock barrage right here right now from Limit, and Kaiser Group actually going for it! It seemed like it was a messy affair, but with that pick up on the Vips, the Transcendence not in the cards whatsoever. K-Caught now in the spot of trouble. One Rocket will get that takedown. Flux here and now from Step as well, lifting the Orisa up. And Earthquake gonna be feeling the thunder in that scenario. Step though, Rock connecting. Here comes Gurillo yet again with that snipe. Ras in the meantime takes care of the eye field. And here we go with the Amp Matrix one last time. Trans here and now Vip's gonna be getting in position. Dragon Strike into the fray yet again. And with the red Zen looking back on now, 3 frags on the board. This is gonna be the series over already. Kaiser Group able to take the win. And GG's all around. Absolutely dominant show here from KG. They have shown that they are really at the top of the top. And with now we're in, we are gonna be calling it a night. The play of the game goes over to Limits. And there you go, the Farah getting into position. Dropping down, complete disregard of the opposition. And there you go, guys. We're not gonna be. Let's just have a quick little discussion before we go. We had. This is just Kaizen Group. The Kaizen Group has shown that they are willing to dominate and ready to be at the top of their field. They have shown that they're strong on the dive. They're strong on the meta with the snipers, with the Mei, with the Farah. And NGV just honestly outclassed in terms of how systematic Kaizen Group can be. You can see NGV is looking to be creative and looking to play a different playstyle with everyone else. But Kaizen Group has shown that every single time they're able to get that focus fire on, able to find the advantage, able to find the opportunity, they are able to take it. The only time it really backfired on how systematic they can play was on King's Road first point, where the whole structure it revolved around staying on the high ground. But by that point in time, they're like, oh, 2 ticks were freely taken. Then sure, that's okay in scenarios that you want to hang back, you want to play safe, especially if you lose some members. But no, Kaizen Group only had so much strength in their arsenal, and in the end, that's really allowed NGV to muster up the courage and the gusto to play a little more risky, decide to take the fight there. But afterwards, onto the second point. As soon as Kaizen Group got in position, that was the show. NGV, when they're put in really dire situations, they have shown that they have such strong clutch play. So it has to be some internal communication as well as internal calls to change things up on the fly in those scenarios. But as a whole, it was just a little lacking there from the NGV squad compared to Kaizen. I would still say both squads are a cut above from many in the open division, but KG is looking to be even a tier higher there. Now again, guys, quick little apology yet again about the production today. Didn't expect this to happen. The volcano exploded a few hours earlier, and the ash is here in our area. So apparently everything got affected. Even now, with just the screen having little issues, the temperature is so different in the air as well. And honestly, the air conditioning is throwing out some ash that I should not be breathing. Beyond that, no excuses there. Hopefully next week we're not gonna have any of these issues. We had such a good weekend today, ladies and gentlemen. We had Tear Gas Warrior versus NGV yesterday, and this time NGV versus KG. Who knows what we'll be getting into the next one. But thank you guys for tuning on in, especially with today's issues. Don't worry, we'll be fixing those up for the next one, and hopefully we can get some solid series onto the next week as well. I'll be checking out what will be showing up on Battlefy, as well as contacting the teams, and who knows if we can do this all the way to the end of the regular season and even into the playoffs. OD right now not really getting the coverage as it used to before, and I hope that it's a good medium to actually give a chance to everyone and anyone who are looking to gear up for a deep run into the contender season. Anyway, guys, I've been Daks, and thank you guys for tuning on. And if you want to support the stream as well as me, you can hit those follow, hit that subscribe, hit the dono if you want. If you want to be like, hey, your production sucks, what can you do about it? Hey, I'm gonna need a new rig for that. And money doesn't grow on trees. But beyond that, thank you guys for your support tonight, and thank you guys for tuning on in. Kaizen Group versus NGV, KG with that 3-0. And I'll see you guys in the next one.